Alright, hello YouTubers and welcome back to Sean's Gaming Corner. I am your host, Sean Roth, also known as John Strider on Xbox Live and a few other places. So this is my second recording for today. You know, I was talking to my niece the other day during my birthday, and she was pointing out to me how other YouTubers often have some sort of gimmick, some funny thing that they like to do, and I'm not sure if I have anything that I can do for that. I don't really have a gimmick aside from you folks being able to hear my kids and their comments, hearing the craziness that is my household. But yeah, having kids isn't exactly a gimmick to have. A lot of people have kids. A lot of gamers have kids too. A lot of people think that, you know, us gamers, we don't know what a woman is, or the only woman that we know is exists only in a magazine or on the internet or whatever we make up in our fevered imaginations. And that's not true. That's not true at all. Well, most of the time. Sometimes it is true. For some people, I'm not going to say that there aren't people out there who aren't like that. There certainly are, but it doesn't represent the majority of us gamers. Especially tabletop gamers. Ooh, we got another shotgun part. Excellent. Apparently my daughter's trying to surprise her brother. And is failing to understand the relax and chill out policy that I have in place.
Get in there! You're gonna die!
Wow, how did they know I was here already? Okay, just show your head and I'll cure all your ills.
I think she's reloading!
I was reloading, but I'm not now.
Fire! Take this!
Oh. Alright. So, let's take a look at our map here. Lots of stuff to find. Not sure if we're gonna find them all in this run. We'll certainly try. I think it might be possible to do, but who knows? You'll have to forgive me. I have to check on my son real quick. I think he's fallen asleep, especially since it is kind of his nap time. So I'm gonna cut away here for a minute, and then I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Yes, my son fell asleep in his chair, watching his favorite movie of all time. And had to get him up, put him down. He's a sleepy guy, after all. Yeah, let's see here. We're now back on the other side of the fence. Alright. Bingo. We have a relic.
In Edo, Japan, traditional men's garments had no pockets. Inro were miniature containers used to hold personal effects, like an ancient form of wallet.
Oh no, that wasn't fair at all. Shoot one of those things with a shotgun, it should have gone down. Oh well, nothing to be done for it. The only thing we can do is just move on. Back over here. So, we still haven't gotten a map or anything like that. We're going to have to find one if we're going to have an easier time locating our items and stuff for collecting. And I have to break away again here. I'm sorry everyone, but duty calls. Alright YouTubers, I'm back again. It's going to be a few edits here in the video, here and there, where I've cut out and cut back in. Wife called me, asking me questions, pointing things out to me that I probably needed to have pointed out, but didn't want to hear. Sometimes wives are good for that. Aside from, you know, nagging you to do the things that you should be doing that you don't want to do, but, you know, like going to see a doctor. I have no idea how much I've heard I should schedule a doctor's appointment for this and that, and I don't do it because, well, I'm not a doctor person. I don't like going to see a doctor, and usually doctors involve bad news, and I've had enough bad news in my life as is that I don't really want to hear anymore. Hello, what do we have here? Another relic already.
Lacquered wood, but this one's made of brass. Probably dates from the 19th century. The inside of this inro smells like tobacco. Perhaps this was used as an ancient cigarette case.
Alright, anything more in this room? Nope. Okay, let's head up. Oh, that was a useless trip. And, just because we should. Here we have a book.
Matthias has us look for physically strong men for the Brotherhood, but none too smart. They must be willing to take orders and work. Any who question or resist are immediately killed. And the women, Matthias decides their fate. Most are sacrificed to the Dark Walkers, but some are chosen for the ritual. We put up with this insane ceremony. Some brothers are even starting to...
Alright. You would think that if it's nothing but men around, that the women, they wouldn't be sacrificing, they would be doing other less pleasant things with the women folk. But, you know, it's a video game. Sometimes some rationale like that doesn't always come into play. Yeah, nothing hiding up here, I don't think. You have a zip line to the other side over there. And I think once you get over in here, there'll be a lot more fights and stuff. So there's yeah, not a whole lot popping up on our screen right now. So getting down, and we might as well take the express route. That wasn't too bad. Alright. Right over there we have another one of those statues that we got pulled down. There we go. Alright. Here, peeky peeky peeky. Ah, our bacon got away. No bacon. No bacon. Okay, ammo and a crate in here for salvage. Hey, we got another rifle part. Fantastic. Another shotgun part would have been better, but we'll take what we can get. GPS cache. Right here. Alright, so GPS cache in there. Rifle parts up there. Moving along. Now you may think it's kind of redundant to pause and do the survivor focus thing, but it's how you really search for items in your environment. Especially your collectibles. As long as you take the time to do it, they should show up. And that's not just the boxes there that you break open too, that'll show up, like books.
There are...
Now, I probably would ordinarily let those play through, but I figure you guys, if you're really curious about the books and stuff, you can stop the video in places and read what's being written there.
So much.
So this is just a big area. It's a lot of looting. I could probably just cut away the video and then cut back in later after I've collected everything. But at the same time, like I said, I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to do this a little bit more of an educational sort of thing to kind of help everyone find everything. So it would defeat the purpose if I cut away and just picked everything up myself and then cut back to afterwards. Yeah, and both my kids are getting really tired and sleepy. Well, one's already asleep, I should say. The other one is not far off from there. Alright, let's go back. Let's go down here. This is right where we came in. So we'll head up here since we couldn't do that before. Whoa, hello. GPS cache right there. 2 of 15. So yeah, there's quite a few of them around. Alright, so let's head up. Make sure we're not missing anything. Always important to search. And some of you probably might be wondering like what kind of power supply my computer's running, because it's important to have the right power supply for a computer, for your video cards, processors and stuff. Mostly I think it's mostly for the video cards. Right now my computer is running at I think it's 660 watts, so it should be able to, it handles the current video card I have in there. There we go. That's our silencer achievement that we're working on for that. It's just disabling alarms where you find them. And I think more of them are on the other side over there. I don't think there's too many this way. That's not gonna work. We'll just... Okay, she's not cooperating here at all. There we go. Alright. Another GPS right there. And while yes, this is using up ammo, it's important to clear your path here to find things. I think later on you have to kind of shoot your way out of it, so yeah, it's important that you have plenty of room to run around and do your thing here. So I think having everything opened up first is very helpful.
This might be Yuan Dynasty. Could it be from Kublai Khan's lost fleet? Oh wait, it's a fake. Made in China.
I knew it! They make everything in China these days. Only because our precious stomachs can't handle the nasty toxic levels of paint and things. But as I learned as a child, as long as you eat paint chips off the wall, you'll develop a high resistance to lead. Which may or may not be true. It's probably mostly not true. But it's okay to joke around about these things sometimes. Is there anything in there? Doesn't look like it. Alright, moving on. We'll get food cache. Which is what those are, by the way. Those are food caches, as well as when you come across plants and stuff, those are also your food caches, which you gain experience from. Alright. Secret tomb nearby. Happens to be right here, folks. Right here. Here be the secret tomb.
We caught her! Capture her for the sacrifice! Be careful! Don't damage the altar! Got her trapped! I got a shot! I got her! Let's do it!
There we go. Anyone else? Anyone? That's a no. Alright, so
Another sacrifice.
let us loot.
God, what's driven them to this?
Ammo. His ammo is good. I can't remember if there was yeah, I don't think so. For a minute I was thinking that you have to go up, maybe, but let's see here. Alright. Go down the hole, Laura. Okay. Tomb. Just in case. I've yet to encounter any tombs in the game where there are enemies present, so we're probably safe, but who knows? This could be like the point where they kind of change it up on you. There we go. There's probably a safer way down, but that's by far the fastest. Alright, so here's our tomb. And obviously there's a trick here. Now thankfully the game doesn't make the tombs too challenging. I mean they're still tricky, but not impossible. I think I remember in some of the older Tomb Raider games where the tombs were definitely more of a challenge. So obviously the part here to figure out is how this is going to work for you. And we do have a campfire here. This might as well be a good breaking point for the video. So I'm going to break away here, then I'll be back in a minute.